Alright, in this video I'm just going to explain how to put together the wheel assembly and also the drive shaft. So the left hand side's been done already, apart from the caliper being put on. So I'm going to just go through the process of putting together the right hand side, and we'll start off with the drive shafts. And obviously the reason why they're out, it's because the motor's just been put back in the car, but just in case you're not watching all the series. So the engine's in now, and then we're working on the getting the wheels put back on. So the gearbox in that has got what are they called, pot joints, just standard CV joints. So that's what we're going to go through and explain. Okay, so what we have to do here, we've got to prepare the CV joints. I'll come around here, it makes it a bit easier. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this is the right hand side CV joint, so that's the inner joint down this end, and obviously this is where the wheel attaches to that side. So I haven't taken this part apart much further. There's no need to do that. What I will probably do, I'll put the grease into here now, because that can be done now, because I've already taken off the whole steering knuckle. And then of course the way this end works, that'll be ready, the bearings go in there, that will get slid into the pot joint that's on the car, and then the CV, or the cover will go over the CV joint when we are done. So I'll actually I'll do this end first. So that's already been put together by the previous owner, so there's no need to pull that apart. He just didn't put the CV joint grease in there yet, so it's pretty much you're just filling that up with grease, so there's not much to that. And then that's going to be sealed. Now you are meant to use the metal straps to hold down the boots, but I don't have any of those. I had one I've obviously used on the left hand side of the car, but none for this side. So I'll get started, add the grease in there, and I've just got cable ties to go over there. Alright, so now we need to tackle the inner joint. Make sure this doesn't all fall down. Now let me just move it around. Okay. So that's what we start off with. And the way you need to put this together is you need to move this casing down the end. It sort of slides in that direction, turn it, and then I think it needs to just sort of settle there. Now, if this was old and worn, when you took this out of the car, the bearings would have just fallen everywhere. The newer bearings, so here's a packet here. To get them in, you just need to apply a little bit of pressure, and they should just click in. So just make sure it's in the right spot. If you need to, I'll just grab a bit of wood. We'll try doing this first because I don't want to hit it with a hammer just yet. And there's like a little pop sound, and then it goes in. Alright, so we're in the car now, so what I'm going to do is just slide this whole drive shaft in there and get it straight into that pot joint. Okay, there we go, that's in nicely. And I'm just going to slide that boot along. And what I'll put here is a axle stand just to rest that on, just makes things a bit easier. Alright, so that's that bit fitted. I'm just going to spin it around a bit just to work the grease through there. I might actually put some more grease into the boot before I do that with cable ties, but I'll do that off camera because it's too dark there, you're not going to see what I'm doing. Okay, so now that that drive shaft is installed and it turns nicely, the next thing we need to install now is the steering knuckle. So again, this one, it's had all the bearings. I think the knuckle is new, and then it's the bearings that you can see they're new. The seals in there are good. So that's just going to go straight back in. The ball joints, I've got new boots for those because when I removed it, like some of them got a bit split and damaged. So they're the new ones. They seem to be slightly smaller, but it might just be because they're newer. But that is what needs to go on first. So I think probably the bottom can go in first, so I'll do that for now. So obviously that is where the tie rod connects to. We'll put that back on. These are all going to get re-greased or fix up the grease a bit later, so slide that straight on, and then we'll get the lower bolt in there first. I'll move that jack stand out of the way. Okay, so get the lower one in, and then just the weight of it pushes down. That should enable me to get the top one in. Don't forget to put the little the boot on there. Okay, now that is ready to slide into the top. I don't know if I need to put a bit of force on there. I'm thinking maybe on the other side I lowered this the height of the suspension to get that in there, but if I just lean on that one, the bottom, it should go in. So I'll just put the nuts on those, spring washer, and then a nut, just so it doesn't pop out. I'll just hand tighten it for now, and then if I push down on that, I should be able to get this straight in there. I'll just manoeuvre that a bit. Okay, how are we looking there? Alright, I need to sort of bring that up a bit, but it's kind of not fitting nicely, but I think if I jiggle it a bit, it'll get in there. There we go. So I'll just tighten that one down by hand for now. Alright, so that's looking okay. That turns okay. I'll just spanner tight use a spanner to tighten up these ones for now. I didn't realise you couldn't see everything there. There we go. So I think it's just a 1/2 inch. Actually no, it's not. (11/16). Just keep an eye on when you tighten these. Sometimes the actual ball's got a tendency to keep spinning around with it, and once because it's a tapered fitting, once it's sitting inside there properly, it'll stop spinning. So it's just that, yeah. These ones are okay. Don't forget to check the torque specification. Once I've got it all together, I'll re-torque it to what it should be. I'm just going to do it spanner tight for now, just to make sure everything's fitting in there nicely. Okay, so that seems alright. And then just test the drive shaft, that turns okay. So, okay, I'll leave it there for a second. I'm going to go and grab the hub. Alright, so that's all good. Okay, and actually before I do the caliper, I'll do the suspension damper. So I'll just show you the old one if you want to look at that. So that sort of sits in that way. That is the old one. So that's the bottom here, obviously, and then I think that goes like that. That washer I'm going to move to this side here, and then at the top there's a little you'll see a little thing here, so that's a bit up here that it actually slides onto. Oh, you can't see, my hand's in the way. There's a bit of green tape on there. Alright, so I'll reposition this so you can see what's going on. Okay, so obviously we're going to put a brand new one in, so I've got a brand new shock absorber. We're not going to use that old one. Okay, so that caliper's back on there now. The only thing I've got to sort out now is the tie rod. So obviously once this is up and going, it's going to be taken to a tyre shop to get them to do the alignment. But as a general rule, like if you're not, like it may get driven there, but it's only like a short trip, 1 kilometre down the road. As long as that you got your wheels sort of nearly good enough, it'll do. It's not going to wear your tyres just going, and the speed I'll be going not that fast at all anyway. Alternatively, you can just get put on a car carrier trailer, but it just depends on how we're going, because I can get a permit to drive it unregistered if I need to do that. Alright, so the way the other side is, if got it sort of slightly toed in. And I'm just doing it by eye. I mean, for now, it'll do. So it's just so I can steer it around when we're playing with it. Alright, so I'll leave that there. Bit of play here. I don't know what that is. Might just be in the CV joint. Alright, that's alright, I'll leave that for now. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching my videos. I hope you found this a little bit useful. At least it sort of gives you an idea of how things go together on there. Alright, so thanks for watching my videos.